All right, what we're going to do here is a quick tutorial on how to create this kind of neon tubular kind of vintage 80s type of a scene here. Well, actually, I'm not going to go over the whole scene, just the actual neon part. So you can kind of see what's involved here as far as layer styles or layer effects and some background solid layers as well. So I've got my background set up here. I'm going to add a solid color to this, and I'm going to choose something kind of in the darkish blue range, just because that's typically how those old 80s look. And then I'm going to, I don't know why I have a mask on this. I'm going to delete that layer mask, and I'm just going to go from there. So I've got this, my background, a solid layer here, and I'm going to create a new empty layer on top. When you use a brush, typical brush, doesn't really matter what color you're using. I just have a gray chosen, and I'm going to make sure the hardness on that brush is all the way up. Opacity is all the way up. And I'm going to draw some lines that go across, kind of from one direction, I guess, in a way, across the canvas here. So I'm going to click once, I'll hold shift, and then click on the other side of the canvas, create straight lines for you. Click, shift, click, click, shift, click, click, shift, click. And so now I've got these streaks going across my canvas. Kind of cool. So let's move on to that. Next thing here, I'm going to double click out here and open up my layer styles. First thing I want to add is a color overlay. So I've gotten that. Oh, it's already chosen for my pink. So you choose your color overlay color that you want for your neon. I just chose something kind of pinky here. Didn't have any specific colors in mind. You can kind of lighten and darken it as you need to using the different ranges. And I'm going to click OK there. Next thing I'm going to do is go to my inner glow. And inner glow, I actually want it to remain white. So make sure that your color picker is all the way up in the top left corner. Blend mode, keep it as normal. Opacity, I take it to 100%. Noise down. Source is center. Technique is soft. Choke all the way down. The size of this might depend on how large your canvas or how large your streaks are that are going across. The kind of effect that I'm going for is about like that. You can see it's kind of a rounded version in there. What helps it get that round edge is changing the contour, and you can do that by clicking on that drop window, and I chose this curved one here. I think by default it's that straight edge. I chose the curve. It kind of helps get the look of that kind of rounded neon look. Jitter is 0, range is 50. The size, again, that's going to be something that you're going to have to tinker with and get the look that you want. You can kind of see how it looks here. All right, the next thing that we're going to go to is outer glow. And again, change your color. Make sure it's that pink or blue or whatever color you're choosing. The blend mode on this one, I'm changing to linear dodge add. So what you see here, click up there, choose that. Opacity, you got to play with that. And it's kind of, a lot of this is kind of personal choice, personal taste. Noise down to 0, spread down to 0. Softer is what's chosen here. The size, again, you kind of have say on how much glow you want that to have. I chose somewhere around 60. And for this, I just left it the same. I don't need the glow to have a curve to it. And lastly, I'm going to do a drop shadow. And it sounds funny, but a drop shadow is actually just adding more glow effect outside. And so I'm choosing that same kind of pinkish color. Using the blend mode would be that linear dodge add. Once again, opacity 100%, distance 0, spread 0. I always make sure that this is 90 degrees. Otherwise, you start messing with this, and your shadows start ending up all over the place. So I just make sure that it just says 90. The size, how much glow, extra glow do you want? Kind of makes it look real hazy if you add more to it. So you decide what looks good to you and click OK. All right, so there I go. I've got those already chosen. If I want another layer, I can do it or these are not chosen, but they're already finished. I'm going to choose a new layer, empty layer here, and I'm going to create new streaks going a different direction. And I'll show you how easy it is just to change it to add a whole other layer here. So same kind of thing that I did before on a new layer though. So I'm going to click shift, click, click shift, click, click shift, click, click shift, click. All right. Now I want these same effects essentially to be added to these. So I'm going to right click over here. I'm going to copy layer style. I'm going to right click over here on my top layer, paste layer style. Now they're all pink. Well, that's good if I really want it to be like that, but I'm going for that authentic 80's type of look with the blue and the pink. So I'm going to double click out here and open up my layer styles. My inner glow was white, so there's nothing to change there. My color overlay, I did make a change here with the color, so I'm going to choose this, and I'll choose kind of a bluey color, something like that. And I'm not being real precise here. Outer glow, change my color there as well. And my drop shadow, change my color there. They're already selected, so it's not like you have to remember them. They already have these checks on them. So that's it. That's done. I have a classic 80's kind of glamour shots background. So have fun with it. I guess change the colors if you want to. Play around with the how much glow or inner outer glow that you want, and drop shadow and all that good stuff. And that's all for now. Thanks.